In celebration of Women's Month, Boxing South Africa has unveiled the Rise of Women in Boxing series, an initiative designed to empower women within and beyond the boxing arena. The program encompasses various development workshops and boxing tournaments exclusively catering to women in boxing. Now, this initiative, known as the Rise of Women series in boxing, is dedicated to fostering growth and empowerment within the sport for female athletes. Boxing South Africa spokesperson Dr Azwitamisi Nthangeni joins us now to tell us more about this. Dr. Nthangeni, good evening and thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening, Kwena, and your viewers of Newzroom Afrika.
Thank you. Let's just talk about the initiative itself. I mean, what is the big idea behind this series?
Thank you so much, Kwena, for this opportunity that you have afforded us as in South Africa to come and articulate more about this important program, which is an initiative of the Board of Boxing South Africa under its subcommittee, which is called Women in Boxing, whereby they were requested by the board to say they need to come up with a formidable program to ensure that when we commemorate the Women's Month in August of 2023, we need to launch this program, which we name it the Rise of Women in Boxing series, whereby we have a total of 10 series that are aimed at indeed empowering women inside and outside of the ring. Therefore, we already launched this program in KZN, where we had a very powerful bill with very strong bouts, all women. That happened on the 19th of August in KZN at the Olive Convention Center. And that's where we realized that the business community came in numbers, the municipality which had partnered with us, and also all other important stakeholders like Sanabo, which indeed it was a great launch of this program.
Now, what would be some of the issues that you are dealing with in this program? Because I understand that you do engage some of the stakeholders in this initiative.
In the main, we want to make sure that when we are hosting this event in all the 9 provinces, we ensure that women promoters are afforded an opportunity to host this important initiative. Therefore, you will find that within the ring, the boxers are female, the referees are female, the judges, the timekeepers, and all other key important activities that need to be done on the day of the event. But in the main, what we are also trying to achieve with this great initiative is to ensure that with the partnership that we have with Sanabo, where we've signed an MOU, we need to ensure that moving forward, we need to have at least 2 amateur bouts involving females only in most of the bills that the promoters will be engaged on. Not just when we are looking at women in boxing initiative. But what is critical here, Kwena, is that the Women in Boxing initiative, or this launch of the Women in Boxing, we are ensuring that we have activities throughout the financial year, not just when we are commemorating the Women's Month. Yesterday, we just launched the Gauteng series at Border World, where that event will be coming on the 30th of August. That will be our series number 4. And series number 2 is coming in Northwest, in Klerksdorp, which will be held at the Municipal Banquet Hall on the 16th of September. Therefore, that is quite key. And tomorrow we are having the launch for this specific one. And we already had a successful launch at Moropa Casino last week, where we were preparing for the Women in Boxing Series 3, which will take place on the 29th of September in Limpopo. Therefore, you could see that there are a lot of things that culminate into empowering women, both in the ring and outside of the ring.
One of the other issues, and that is quite important as far as women's boxing is concerned in South Africa, is the actual boxers themselves. Are you looking into that and also just encouraging more young women to get involved into the game?
Thank you, Kwena, for that question. Indeed, you will remember that we have launched this Women in Boxing initiative not so long ago. Therefore, there's still a need that we need to give that dangling carrots in front of the young women who also see boxing as a career. Therefore, there is a need that we need to go around all the 9 provinces and galvanize the support of women in boxing. And that we can only do it through Sanabo, which we all know that is the bedrock of boxing development in the country. Hence, we will be introducing that in most of these activities, we need to have at least 2 amateur bouts just aimed at young female. And you will remember that it was for the first time after such a long time that we had a medal at the Commonwealth Games when Kuokute came back with a bronze medal. Therefore, we want to ensure that we can just follow the footsteps that she also left behind.
So when you talk about these workshops, I mean, I understand that teaching ring officials, the managers and everybody else, but in terms of issues like financial management and just longevity within the game, do you touch into those things? Because there's always issues around just boxers who really don't make enough money, who don't get enough fights. Do you look into those issues like finances in teaching not only the boxers but also the promoters?
Well, in the main, through this workshop, we had to ensure that financial management is one of the modules that we really need to drill into this young boxers' mind, so that when they get their purse money, they do not go and waste that. And you've seen in the past whereby a very successful boxer who used to make millions, when that person passed on, you'll find that we'll be running to the department, pleading with the minister to say the ministry must bury such a legend. And those are some of the initiatives that we've came up with, not just for women in boxing, but in boxing as a whole, that we need to change that mindset. Therefore, wealth creation, marketing, branding, those are some of the aspects that we'll be looking at. Because it is important that if we need to ensure that women boxers, they're also able to attract personal sponsors. The issue of personal branding is quite key, because any corporate South Africa or any sponsor that want to partner with someone's name, they want to ensure that that is a good brand.
All right, Dr. Nthangeni, we're going to have to leave it there. Unfortunately, we're out of time.